Good day, everyone. I will be your presenter for this presentation, subject ED 210 Computer Education, under the supervision of Dr. John Edgar S. Anthony. So, for more information about me, I am not yet employed to any educational institution and currently pursuing my master's degree. So, my MAED is major in educational management at Mindoro State University. And if you have any queries or questions about me, please feel free to leave a message on my email, kisaritonperjoy@gmail.com. So, right now, I will be sharing to you guys about my research survey titled Assessing ICT-Based Teaching and Learning Strategies, Awareness, Effectiveness, and Influence of Demographic Profile Among Teachers and Students. For the background of the school, I do not have specific institution. Instead, I gather data from various teachers and students residing in Rojas District. Background of the study. So we all know that ICT usage among teachers and students are trending as we are in the era of technology. And for that, ICT integration in education has revolutionized teaching, making it more engaging and effective for students and teachers because it fosters active learning and prepares students for the digital age with innovative teaching approaches. So by understanding its impact, awareness, and the influence of demographic factors is crucial for maximizing the effectiveness use of ICT. For the objectives, so this study aims to determine the demographic profile of the teachers and students in terms of their age, gender, years of teaching experience, educational attainment, socioeconomic profile, and current educational level. Number two, identify the level of awareness among teachers and students in terms of knowledge of ICT and perception of risk and vulnerabilities. So the last one is to explore how effective are ICT-based teaching and learning strategies as perceived by the teachers and students in terms of competence and confidence, engagement, teaching or learning outcomes, access to technology, and overall perceptions of effectiveness. Next, theoretical framework. So this conceptual framework illustrates the relationships between demographic characteristics, awareness and engagement, and the perceived effectiveness of ICT in teaching and learning. So the arrows in the framework visually represent the directional relationships, emphasizing that demographic characteristics influence awareness and engagement, which in turn affect perceptions of ICT effectiveness. So this framework provides a structured foundation for examining how the demographic traits of teachers and students shape their interaction with ICT and their evaluation of its impact on teaching and learning process. We have the methods. So, for the research design, the researcher employed a quantitative descriptive research design. And for the population example, the target population includes all the teachers and students in Rojas Oriental Mindoro who employs ICT in their teaching and learning process. Yet, 50 students and 50 teachers were taken among the whole population of teachers and students, and that will give you a total of 100 respondents. And for the sampling technique, a simple random sampling method was applied. So the list of eligible participants was obtained from different schools in the district. So using a random number, equal representation of vote groups. Next, we have the research instrument. So in this study, the researcher used Likert scale descriptive survey, and the tool used by the researcher to collect data is a structured questionnaire in a Google Forms, of course, to attain the needed evaluation in these research objectives. So next, we have the data gathering procedure. So the data for this study were collected through an online approach using Google Forms tool. So the Google Forms link was distributed to selected respondents by a messaging platform. So the participants included 50 teachers and 50 students who were randomly selected from different schools in Rojas Oriental Mindoro were given a week to complete the survey at their convenience. Next, we have the statistical treatment of data. So descriptive statistics were employed in this research to sum up the demographic profile of respondents and to measure levels of awareness and perceived effectiveness of ICT-based teaching and learning strategies. So using the frequency distribution, percentages, and the total weighted mean. So the researcher used a measuring tool with a 5-point Likert scale, now of course for the interpretation of the findings through the weighted mean values for each question. So in the questionnaire, the respondents rated their level of agreement from those questions. So we have 5 for excellent, 4 for good, 3 for average, 2 for poor, and 1 for very poor. Results and discussion. Number 1, demographic profile. Table 1, distribution of gender. For the distribution of gender, both teachers and students, respondents were predominantly female, which comprises 36 individuals with a percentage of 72%, and 14 individuals for male. So that will give you 28%. So therefore, 72% of respondents for each category are females, and 14 individuals or 28% are males. Table 2, distribution of age. So in terms of distribution of age, most teacher respondents are aged 20 to 29 years old, comprising the largest group with 35 individuals. So this is followed by teachers aged 30 to 39 years old, who is make up the second largest group with 9 respondents. So a smaller group of 6 teacher falls within the age of 40 to 49 years old, while no respondents for 50 to 59 years old and 60 and above. So for the student category, many student respondents are aged 17 to 20 years old, totaling 26 individuals, followed by 16 students aged 21 to 24 years old. So a smaller number of students are aged 12 to 16 years old, which is comprised of 4 students, or 25 to 28 years old. We have 3 respondents, with only 1 student aged 29 years old and above. Table 3, distribution of years of teaching for teachers and socioeconomic status for students. So most teacher respondents have 1 to 5 years of teaching experience, totaling 27 individuals. Meanwhile, 10 teachers have less than 1 year of experience. Another 10 have 6 to 10 years of teaching experience, and only 1 teacher has 11 to 15 years of teaching experience. Additionally, just 2 teachers have more than 16 years of teaching experience. And for the student category, the majority of student respondents come from a middle-income background, totaling 34 individuals, while a smaller group of 14 students belongs to a low-income background, and only 2 students are from a high-income background. Table 4, distribution of highest educational attainment for teachers and the current level of education for students. So, the majority of teacher respondents hold a bachelor's degree, comprising 42 individuals, while 8 smaller portion, 8 teachers, have a master's degree, and none possess a doctorate degree. So the majority, when it comes to student category, the majority of students respondents are enrolled in college university, with 39 individuals, followed by 7 students in senior high school and 2 students in junior high school. So there are no respondents from primary school, but 2 students are currently in vocational education. So for the conclusion, for the teachers, most teacher respondents are young, with ages ranging between 20 to 29 years old, predominantly female, and hold a bachelor's degree. Most have limited teaching experience, with 1 to 5 years being the most common duration. For the results and discussion, number 2, level of awareness. So in this table, awareness and perception of ICT. So in teachers, no, so teachers demonstrated a strong awareness of ICT tools and applications, with an overall weighted mean of 4.06, no, interpreted as good. So they exhibit a proactive approach to integrating ICT, particularly in seeking new tools to enhance teaching, achieving a high mean of 4.34 in these aspects. So similarly, teachers showed a satisfactory level of related risks and vulnerabilities, with a mean score of 4.02, reflecting a good understanding of privacy and security concerns. So in students naman, it also displayed a generally positive level of ICT awareness. Their self-assessed knowledge of ICT tools and applications was rated good, with a mean score of 3.43. While students recognized the risks and challenges associated with ICT use, they maintained a favorable perception of its benefit, particularly in aiding learning and research. Number 3, effectiveness of ICT-based teaching and learning. So effectiveness of ICT-based teaching and learning. So first, we have the teachers. So teachers rated the effectiveness of ICT-based teaching highly, with an average general assessment of 4.28, interpreted as excellence. They highlighted ICT's role in enhancing critical thinking skills, improving lessons delivery, and positively impacting student outcomes. So moreover, teachers reported excellent access to necessary technology and strong institutional support, both essential for successful implementation of ICT strategies. For the student effectiveness of ICT-based learning, students similarly expressed positive views on the impact of ICT on their learning. Their engagement with ICT-based lessons, as reflected by the ratings, was generally good. No, with frequent use of ICT tools for assignments and research, who has the mean score of 4.12. So ICT strategies were particularly effective in helping students understand complex topics, with a mean score of 4.04. So despite some areas for improvement, such as familiarity with cutting-edge ICT strategies, students were satisfied with their learning experiences facilitated by technology. For the issue, so although perceived challenges and areas for improvement although both teachers and students rated ICT-based strategies positively, some areas also require attention. For teachers, participation in professional development training related to ICT was rated relatively lower, so indicating a need for more frequent and comprehensive training programs. So in students, while confident in using ICT tools, showed less familiarity with learning-based strategies. That suggests there's a gap in exposure to innovative practices. For the summary of the findings, perceived challenges and areas for improvement. So, although both teachers and students rated ICT-based strategies positively, there are some areas require attention too. For teachers, participation in professional development training related to ICT was rated relatively lower, indicating a need for more frequent and comprehensive training programs. While in students, students are confident in using ICT tools showed less familiarity with the latest ICT-based strategies, suggesting a gap in exposure to innovative practices. And for the recommendation for teachers, they should have a conduct of regular workshops and training sessions. Encourage participation in certification programs related to ICT integration in teaching. Strengthen institutional support by providing adequate access to modern ICT resources and infrastructure. Develop mentoring or peer coaching programs. And for students, introduce ICT focused courses and workshops to promote students' proficiency in advanced tools and applications. Create programs to familiarize students with emerging ICT-based learning strategies such as collaborative online tools and interactive simulations. And also encourage the use of ICT in project-based and experiential learning to improve engagement. So introduce gamified and adaptive learning platforms to cater the diverse learning styles and needs of the students. And for institutions, infrastructure development. So invest in upgrading ICT infrastructure to support advanced teaching and learning technology such as high-speed internet, smart classrooms, and digital libraries. Last, we have institutions should ensure maintenance and consistent availability of ICT resources. And that will be all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.